So I worked with a trainer at one point. He had a guy that approached him, or he approached, or the other way around. He was going into the army. He needed to run a mile in a certain amount of time, and his running form sucked. So this trainer was telling me about how he kind of dissected his running form, and they did a few exercises to kind of like retrain his brain basically. And then 2 sessions into it, I guess the guy was fixed, and like just like that, shaved like 3 minutes off, or however much time it was, off of his mile time because his running form was so much better. And then the trainer was like, "Man, I think I fixed him too quick. I could have I could have gotten a few more sessions out of the dude if I didn't fix him so quick." And he was joking. Cuz like the whole deal is, if you don't, like, when you're a trainer, you need to train people for money. Like, you're trading time for money. Uh so I feel like I've kind of encountered a similar situation where I've got a guy that has a hip injury, basically has a tear um, to some of the connective tissue in his hip socket. Option A is surgery. He doesn't want to do surgery. So my job was to try to help him strengthen basically all the muscles that are related to the hip joint. And I say related because even the calf, like down here, this part, even the calf would be related, because if you're standing, your calf plays a role in how your ankle is aligned, which plays a role in how your knee is aligned, which plays a role in how your hip functions, blah blah blah. And it was really funny because he was telling me, so there are some trainers who will like try to withhold information from their clients in an attempt to like keep you on a hook and like make it so that you need me, like you can't do this without me. And that's never been my mentality. uh Basically, I want to try to get the person to a point where they don't need me. Excuse me, they don't need me anymore. And it's worked out for me pretty well that I have a few people that have stuck around for a long time. But this guy in particular, I think he's kind of wrestling with, he's a pretty smart guy. And I think he kind of realizes that as long as he can show up, he can do it on his own. And he's kind of like, because at the same, during the same session, at one point he was telling me how much of a difference he feels, how much better everything is, and like basically how much I've helped him without like putting it that way. And then also at the end of that session, kind of like hinting at, oh, I can't afford 3 sessions a week for forever. And yeah, we're gonna go down to 2 sessions next week. Like, okay, so like, what am I supposed to make of this? Um, like I said, I don't want to keep anybody on a hook, and I try to give as much information as possible. But sometimes it sucks. Because once a person goes off on their own, I'm making that much less money on it, and I need to find somebody else. to take their place. But 'tis the life of a non-sleazebag personal trainer, I guess. Because there are some bad personal trainers out there. And that's all I'm going to say. So with that, there's just a quick, random, fun story, I guess. With that, I'll catch you on the next one.